Peace and Palo Santo sticks, y'all. It's your girl Lika. Welcome to my channel, Cards by Lika. And today, we're going to do a reading for my beautiful Sagittarius, my sexy Sagittarius today. To those who do not know, I do freestyle readings, and that's basically where I let my spirit guide and my intuition guide me to which deck of cards is appropriate for each person or collective that I do a reading for. And the deck that I do want to work with today to get some messages and some advice for y'all, we're going to work with the African Goddess Rising deck. We're also going to work with the Lovers Oracle cards. And then I also want to just finish it off with my handwritten Oracle cards. These been hitting lately, so I'm going to fuck with these. All right, so before we get started, I do just want to clear the energy from my space and in your space as well. All right, let's get to it, y'all. All right, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, universe, clear and accurate messages for my Sagittarius. Clear and accurate messages for my Sagittarius. What is it that their spirit guides, their angels, and ancestors want them to know this time? I'm so tired of getting on this camera and seeing lint on my shit. What is it that their spirit guides, angels, and ancestors want them to know at this time? Please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across and just protect my space. Any negative energy being sent my way, I pray that you just return it back to sender. Open up my third eye to allow me to dive deeper into my intuition to give further clarification of the cards that come out today, Spirit. Just open up my throat chakra so I can accurately interpret the cards that come out today, Spirit. Thank you so much. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. All right, let's see what's going on with my Saggies. All right. Clear and accurate messages for my Sagittarius. Clear and accurate messages for my Sagittarius. What is it that their spirit guides, angels, and ancestors want them to know at this time? First one we have is Storm, Oya. One more spirit for my Sagittarius. 313 on the clock. That number may be significant to you if you want to look up the angel number meaning of 313, Sagittarius. And this does apply to sun, moon, risings. Please understand that my messages are time fluid, meaning that they may apply to past, present, or future. And take what resonates and leave the rest. Do not try to force a story to apply to your situation. It might be a storyline for another Sagittarius and not you. So don't try to force the message to apply to your situation. However, if it does resonate, please just like, comment, and subscribe. I would genuinely appreciate it. All right, so the first card we have is Oya Storms. Oh, yeah, yes, I'm thugging it like that. Okay, I'm using my little, whatever the shit is. Febreze, little everything. Fucking fragrance thing. All right, I just seen Oya. Where you go? Fuck. Just seen it and lost it. 26. All right, so it says, so the way this deck works, it kind of just starts off as the backstory on the goddess itself, and then it gives you the goddess's advice to you. This is a really dope ass deck. Just gives you like a history of different African goddesses and like backstories about them. First of all, African goddesses that you're probably not even aware of, and then like their backstory and their guidance to you. But anyway, it's Oya, goddess of storms. She's from Nigeria. Her temple is warriors. Her element is water. So, wielding her powerful sword of truth, Oya is the Yoruba goddess of storms, wind, and lightning. Storms bring shift, rapid and uncontrollable change, and at times, chaos. So, her guidance to you is the winds of change are in motion. Into every life, a little rain must fall. Personal storms clear away. The old, sometimes change moves slowly, and at other times, change is swift. Now, what would you like to change? If you're not actively changing it, you are choosing it. To make shift happen, focus on what you want. Stop giving energy to what is not working. And okay, so I want to read that again. It says, what would you like to change? If you're not actively changing it, you are choosing it. To make shift happen, focus on what you want and stop giving energy to what is not working. So when I read that, I hear, or when I'm feeling like I get this feeling of I'm talking to a group of Sagittariuses that may be giving life or energy to a situation based off of potential versus the reality of what it's actually showing you. It's not worth you giving it any more time and energy. However, you might see the potential or maybe of what it was at one point in time, so that's keeping you going. But spirit is saying that you need to change course, forge a different plan. Okay. Stop giving energy to what is not working. The biggest thing holding you back is you. If you want people in life to treat you better, you go first. Ooh, if you attract betrayal, stress, and strife, the common denominator is you. Beating yourself up is self harm. Feel your feelings, honor your journey, and tell yourself the truth and practice self compassion. Goddess declaration say to yourself, I make shift happen. So, shift happen. I want to reiterate that. So, in certain situations, like we might be in like situations where it's like maybe a situation's not serving you, whether this be a romantic relationship, a job you're not happy with, or whatever it may be. And you might sit there and fixate it on like, but it's this fucking person's fault. I feel like this because this person is doing XYZ or this, that, and the third. But it's like if you see a situation for what it is and you're not making decisions to move differently or move away from this situation so you can feel better, then overall the common denominator is you. And like it's something that none of us really want to fucking hear, but sometimes that is the situation. I was in a relationship where it was not serving me, complaining about the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. And I'd be beating the person up about it. And this is another thing too. So even though the common denominator may be us, do not beat yourself up about it. You just take your lessons, allow whatever feelings to rise up so you can heal from them. But don't beat yourself up about it. Like this life experience is all about learning. And sometimes you gotta learn shit the hard way. Some of the most valuable shit that you'll learn in your life, you're going to learn it the hard way. That's just how it works. I hate that it's like that, but it is. Some of the most valuable lessons you'll learn through a heartbreak. The reality of the situation is that when everything is going good, most people aren't receptive to learning lessons because what the fuck they got to learn if everything's going right? What lessons you gonna look for if everything is going right? You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to fall on your ass. Shit got to hurt. Shit got to make you uncomfortable for you to learn a lesson or understand that you need to move differently for better results, better outcomes. Okay. Moving on to the next card, Seven Sisters Creativity. Oh, I love this. I love this card. Some of the cards that come up, I really don't know what they mean, but some of them I've seen enough that I know. And every time I see this card, I'll be like, man, this is so fucking dope. Um, so Seven Sisters, let's get into it. Let me see. 24. 24. Okay, so Seven Sisters, the temple is conjurers, element is air. The Seven Sisters were a mystical New Orleans family, identical master psychics and conjure women who never age. But were they? Were the Seven Sisters one shape-shifting woman or seven? Time will never tell. I love that backstory of the Seven Sisters because it's just like, I feel like as soon as I see this card, it's like showing, it's like a telltale sign of a person that has like infinite talents and can pretty much be whoever like has the power to be whoever it is that they want to be, as long as they have like the confidence in themselves to do it. So that's why I like the Seven Sisters card when I see it. I feel like it's just so dope because it's like jack. It gives me jack of all trades. Like, yeah, I do this, but I can also do this, that. Y'all can't put me in a box type of energy. Like, I can play whatever fucking role I want to play because I'm cut like that. You feel me? That's why I really like that card. But anyway, it says create, create, create. You come from conjurers and creators. Your blood remembers. So your lineage, your ancestrals, you come from a line of conjurers, and conjurers are people who can, you know, use the energy of the universe, use whether it be herbs or whatever, use the energy from from the universe to manifest, to bring their truest desires into manifestation. And that's basically, this is basically the confirmation, is that that is the bloodline that you come from. Now it says use your gifts to multiply your magic. You are a cosmic creatix and creative force. You are a divine nation. You are a divine nation within one person. How creative do you allow yourself to be? Break out of your comfort zone and into your creative fertility. You have the power that creates planets, so yes, you are a creative. No one else's opinion matters here. Let your inner child play to awaken your creativity. Creating is birthing, is manifesting. Goddess declaration, I am a creative visionary. I don't know why I sound a little raspy today. I don't like it. I don't like that, y'all. No, no, sir. No, ma'am. No ham, no macaroni and cheese. I do not like how raspy I'm sounding right now. I don't know what that's about. Hold on real quick, y'all. I'm gonna do something about that real fast because I ain't fucking with it. I ain't fucking with it. All right, I don't know if it's a little bit better. It might be a little bit better. I think it is. It don't feel as scratchy as it was feeling a second ago, but whatever. Y'all, my back has been killing me so fucking bad. So I took this little thing. This is making my life so much better. So now when I do all my readings, I'm gonna keep this shit right here, cause baby, I think I need to see a chiropractor or something. Cause man, my fucking back be screaming. You hear me? All right, bet. All right. So moving on. So the overall energy that I have so far is to um. Ooh. Okay. Like, create your reality. If you don't like your situation, then fucking you got to do something and create a different story. Like, tell yourself a different story. I think the best way to look at your life is like, especially if it's not going how you want it to, like, you're really the author of your life. Nobody else is writing this story but you. Now, certain things I do understand, certain things happen that are out of our control. So some of the best people, some of the most fucked up shit happen to some of the best people. However, for the most part, we have the ability to create our own story. So if you don't like how something's going, you don't like how something's feeling, then you won't have to write a different fucking story. That's really the best way to look at it. Like, and you can choose to do that at any time. Some people be like, well, when I'm gonna just when I'm gonna change, or you can do that today. If I decide I want to be a write a different story for myself tomorrow, right at this very second, I can fucking do that. We all have free will. So to bring yourself in this better energy, first and foremost, understand the power that you possess, and that and that you have the ability to do so. If you don't like how shit's going and you stand in that and you're standing in that situation, you're overall you're, you're the person to blame because you're creating that story for yourself. So spirit is saying create a different story for yourself. If you don't like how shit's going, you don't like how something's making you feel, change it. We all got the power to do so. And it doesn't lie in another person's hands. 1414 on the timers. I'm saying that number might be significant to you. But anyway, we're gonna move on to the Lovers Oracle cards to see what comes up. Now, when I read that Storms card, um, and it was saying, um, like, you're ultimately the person to blame, and you're like staying stuck in a situation you don't have to stay stuck in. I did hear relationship. And then I also heard like workplace. So I'm a little bit curious as to what's going to come up out of this deck. But anyway, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, universe, clear and accurate messages for my Sagittarius. Clear and accurate messages for my Sagittarius. What is it that their spirit guides, their angels, their ancestors want them to know at this time? Please protect my spaces. I get these messages across and just block out any interferences. Any negative energy being sent my way, please just return it back to sender. Times 10. You feel me? Whatever. Let's see what is. All right. Clear and accurate messages for my Sagittarius. Clear and accurate messages for my Sagittarius. Heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. There's something I want to look at. 26. Something is telling me to reread that message. I don't know why. It says, what would you like to change? If you're not actively changing it, you're choosing it. To make shift happen, focus on what you want. Stop giving energy to what is not working. Stop giving energy to what is not working. Oh, shit, I know good and damn well. Hold up, y'all. Y'all know I come on here saying peace and Palo Santo sticks. Not my Palo Santo stick and my candle. Just waxing and chilling. Oh. That shit must have fell in there without me even realizing it because when I just lit the candle before I started the reading. But anywho, and haze. To make shift happen, focus on what you want and stop giving energy to what is not working. Okay, so you guys may have already done that. You guys may have already done that. But I am a firm believer that you can like physically separate from somebody and energetically still be holding on to that person. And I feel like that energetically holding on be that like them thoughts in the back of your head where you're trying to hold on to the potential of ooh, when you're trying to hold on to the potential of addiction came out. Codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. You see how this person is like dragging a heart? Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense because a codependent people have a hard time with like separation because codependency, you typically have a fear of like abandonment. So like even though you could, like I said, you could physically separate from somebody, you might be holding onto them energetically with that mental in the back of your head. Well, what if, or maybe if we just take some time apart, then we can come back in. That's what I'm feeling. Let's see. What else, Spirit? What else for my Sagittarius, Spirit? Healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. Okay, so maybe this is the energy that you're actually leaving. The heartbroken, codependent energy might be an energy you're actually leaving behind, or this may be the person who's in your energy's energy. Let's bring it together. More for my Sagittarius. Hold on. Okay, I got boats. Did I show y'all the healthy choices card? All right, and then we have boats. Receiving what you need, progressing, arriving, moving on, closure, issues. Okay. So you're moving on to calmer waters is what I'm getting. I'm getting a feeling of moving on to calmer waters. Um, and I get this energy of when we got this card, this isn't an energy that you're currently in anymore. But like I said, my messages are time fluid, so this can apply to past, present, or future. So I might be speaking to a group of Sagittarius who are already within this energy, um, who've already been in this energy. I can be speaking to some Sagittarius who are currently in this energy or will eventually be in this energy. But I do see that you're like leaving, you're making healthier choices for yourself. You did go through a heartbreak and a separation, and now you're making healthier choices for yourself and you're moving to calmer waters. Okay. I love that. I love that. When you said not today, it says not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call person, boundaries, still angry. So maybe you made a decision to walk away from a situation because it wasn't serving you. You stopped giving energy to a situation because it wasn't working the fuck out. And maybe your person didn't take it well. And they're still trying to reach out in some type of way. Or this can be energetically like maybe deep down inside they want to talk to you in some type of way, but they know they probably can feel the energy of you ain't fucking with them. Like it's like it would ultimately end up in heartbreak if they decided to reach out to see like if you wanted to reconcile in some type of way or whatever it may be. What else for my Sagittarius? The chaser. Chaser and codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. Fear of abandonment issues, yeah. Well, that goes with with the codependency. Codependent, yeah, like I said that thank you, spirit. When you're like a codependent person, you do have a fear of abandonment. I want to put that up top of here because I'm just getting this feeling up. Ooh. Like a physical separation, physically separated, uh, spiritually connected in some type of way. Like there's some type of faith, like somebody got this type of glimmer of hope in the back of their head, like maybe we can come back together. But I'll say one thing for certain, two things for sure. If you're a person who's codependent, you don't want to be with nobody until you heal that. And honestly, codependency comes from like childhood traumas. You know, you may have been abandoned as a kid. Rather that mean it doesn't have to be physically, it can be like like emotionally abandoned. Like you went through a lot of shit and nobody was really there for you to help you cope with your emotions. 22:22 on the fucking stop playing with me. 22:22 on the clock as I was saying that. That's my confirmation. I'm a person who also struggles with codependency. I'm healing from that as I speak. And that comes from it's definitely like an inner child wound. So some inner child healing may be in order. Um, if y'all want the advice, leave it in the comments if y'all want the advice on like, how you go about healing your inner child. Um, but just a little quickie, your inner child is like it's the imbalance of your chakras. We all have seven chakras. I don't care how spiritual you are or aren't. We all have seven chakras, and when certain chakras are out of balance, it causes conflict, especially in your relationships. If you have inner child wounds, you're not gonna have. Well, I mean, okay, I'm not gonna. Okay, I won't say you necessarily will not have a good relationship if you have inner child wounds, but I will say your inner child wounds, nobody is gonna trigger them like your a romantic partner will. So if you're in this separation and you're already making healthier choices for yourself, that might be something you want to do so you can have a more harmonious, peaceful relationship, whether that be with the next person or if you decided to reconcile with the person that you decided to leave behind. But then again, on the same token, what Spirit is saying, if you're choosing to still deal with a situation that's not working, that ultimately you're the person to blame. So maybe it's not the best idea for you to go back to that person. Or you know what I do get? What I am getting because we did get a like the codependency twice, we could be dealing with two codependent people in a relationship. Like you could be codependent as well as the person that you're leaving behind. I'm getting that as well. For that to come up twice like that. And codependency is an addiction. It is something that you have to heal. It is something you have to heal from, just like if you was addicted to some type of drug. Codependency is like you get your validation and your self-worth a lot from your partner. You feel like you have to do everything for this person to feel good about yourself, and you're not even really doing it for if it may seem like you're doing it from the kindness of your own heart, but you're really doing it for the validation of that person. But yeah, it's definitely something where you just want to heal your inner child. But I'll move on. I don't want to focus on stay on one thing too long. Hold on, y'all. There's too much trying to come out at once. One more for my Sagittarius. Says wedding rings, union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. Okay. So you and your past person might be marrying each other in some way. Wedding rings, union, wedding, married, soul connection. Got two codependent people, and then I hear soul connection. And typically soul connections are two people who are mirroring each other in some type of way. So y'all both might have some healing to do. It might actually maybe this is a situation that you can reconcile, but that would come with you both, you and your partner both doing work on yourselves. If you do work on yourself and you heal your inner child wounds or your codependency issues and your partner doesn't, and y'all come back together, it'll ultimately bring you back to the same place. Y'all won't be able to match each other's energy. So y'all would actually both have to do that work on yourselves to make this situation work. All right, but I'm gonna leave this here and we're gonna move on to my handwritten oracle cards. I love them. I'm sorry, I just do because I put dope ass shit in here. But anyway, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, universe. The messages for my Sagittarius. Messages for my Sagittarius. What is it that their spirit guides and angels and ancestors want them to know at this time? I hate them because they are like super thin. So I can't get you off my mind. And this can be the person that you separated from. But I mean, if you're a codependent person, that makes sense. When you're codependent and you separate from a person, it feels like you're losing a part of yourself. Because when you're a codependent person, you put a lot of your self-worth and love into that person. And when you're not and when y'all ain't together, you kind of don't feel it. You feel empty because you've given that person so much of your power. So this can actually be both of you. Separated, physically separated, energetically still connected. And I said that. Just because y'all not around each other don't mean that y'all not thinking about each other like fuck. And half the time when you be like, oh my God, why the fuck I can't get this person off my mind? It's because they thinking about you too. Telepathy is real, especially when you have a soul connection. So you might be out of the blue, just start thinking about them. It's because they think about you at that same exact time. Shit, what tried to show itself? I don't know about that. Why the fuck is my shit like I had them together, like facing the same way? I don't know what the hell. Anywho, what else? I have not worth your energy. I don't feel like these are messages from your person. If y'all ain't been speaking, these are the messages from them. I'm just letting you know what they're saying and how they feeling. Says I know you're meant for me. Says you make me want to be a better person. I have numbing the pain. And then I have this is advice from spirit, and that's to focus on you for a while. So numbing the pain, I feel like this could be the both of you because I do get an energy that you two are marrying each other to an extent. Um, that this heartbreak, this separation, this loss, how y'all are getting through it is by numbing yourselves, whether that be sex, drinking, smoking, whatever it may be, or just distracting yourself with a different task. Um, is how you're going about numbing the pain, or were going about numbing the pain. This honestly may be your person, because I got for you that you're making healthy choices and actually feeling happier. So maybe you were in this energy and aren't anymore, or this is your person's energy. And I do get a strong feeling that this may be your person's energy. God, my back is just crazy, bro. All right, let's see a few more before we wrap up the reading. Allow something to fly out. It says, I think we need to leave each other alone. This may be your energy. This flipped over. This wanted to show itself. Codependency healing is in order. One more, Spirit. I'm working on changing my ways. That's your person. They said you make me want to be a better person. So they're working on changing their ways. Maybe, like I said, this is something, we all have free will. And this is something that will only work out if you guys both do the work on yourself. You can't be the only one making healthier choices in love and in life and self-love and self-care and being happier, and then your person isn't. The only way it would work is if you guys both did it. All right, but Sagittarius, this has been your reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more messages for y'all. Hold up, y'all. I'm about to stop in like 2 seconds.